Round 5 of the IWL action, and we are back live from the National Centre of Excellence here in Newtown, Kolkata for match number 19. It's Gokulam Kerala FC versus Garhwal United Football Club. Two teams in the bottom half of the table will be going head to head in their fifth game of the campaign. It hasn't been the happiest of starts for Gokulam Kerala. Started out with a draw on the opening day versus Nita Football Academy. Lost the second game, comprehensively beaten by Sri Bhumi FC 4-0. Then drawn the next fixture versus Setu FC. And thankfully, from their perspective, they won the last fixture against Kickstart Football Club. They would definitely love to build on from the 3 points that they have managed to secure in their last outing. We'll have to wait and see how it pans out for them. Shriya Huda warming up before the kickoff here. It's a decent side, just hasn't been their time so far. And this is how they will be starting their match number 5. Shriya starts in goal. Kritina Devi, Baby, Asim Roja. The captain, Babita Devi, Phoebe Owiti, Shubhangi Singh, Muskan Subba, Remy Priyadarshini, Sidalia, Daniel Kuta. And those starting out on the bench, Saundarya, Menaka Devi, Soumya, Daya Devi, Laishram, Shahina, Meera Devi, Harmilan Kaur, Priyanka, and Shilji Shaji. Raman Vijayan is the head coach of this side from Kerala. It's a 4-1-4-1 they are going ahead with. And taking on Gokulam Kerala are Garhwal United FC, the team from Delhi. It was a breathtaking start to their campaign, winning the first 2 fixtures. Completely annihilated Sesa Football Academy on the opening day, winning that game quite comprehensively by 3-1. And followed the next one with a victory against Kickstart. The last 2 outings haven't been pretty successful for them, losing out to East Bengal FC. And then in the last fixture, going down versus Nita Football Academy. They've got 6 points from the 4 games they've played, currently on 5th in the points table. And 3 again this morning will take them upwards of maybe 2nd or 3rd, depending on how the other results pan out. And here's how Garhwal United will start this fixture. Ernestina, Deepika Pal, Sanfida, Khar Singh, Fragrancy Revan, Shruti Kumari, Lengde Kim, Linda Chanu, Alka Indwar, Ribanshi in between the sticks, and Esther, who takes a place in the midfield. Those starting out as subs, Monica Devi, Sanjita Devi, Rupali, Joyce Larbi, Nongram, Munisha Singha, Mamta Kumari, Jyoti, Thaimlalni, and Priyanka. And under the patronage of Akshay Unni. Right, the teams are out. Garhwal United in their bright yellow. Maroon and white it is for Gokulam Kerala. Can't miss the sight of these players in their respective kits. A couple of changes is what I could spot from both the lineups. Remy is in. Shilji Shaji has been made to sit out. Before that, refereeing contingent, Pooja S will be assisted by Suman and Susmita Rai. Then Hingmasuba, the second from the left on your pictures, will be the fourth official for this fixture. The two captains, Asim Roja Devi,
Madam,
were in the second half to get themselves 3 points in the last fixture. Sanfida coming back to the lineups. Remy has been given a start in place of Shilji Shaji for Gokulam Kerala. For Garhwal, Esther has been slotted in the midfield as Joyce Larby sits out. She starts this game from the bench. Ribanchi will take her place in between the poles. There's a slight change to the structure of Garhwal United FC. From the lineups that we have received, Kim Kipjan will start this fixture in the central role. Reba will play out on the left, as Esther has taken her place in the midfield. Garhwal and Sesa, the two teams who have made it from the RWL 2. Sesa at the bottom of the table at the moment. Garhwal, missed run of form for them. A win for them would definitely boost their confidence going into the later half of the competition. This is the 9th edition of the RWL. Will be played in 2 phases, from 20th of December until the 9th of Jan. And the next phase would be from the 20th of April until the 10th of May. Gokulam Kerala, the 3-time champion, the only team so far to win it more than once. They've been runners-up on the last 2 occasions. And this time, struggling a bit. It's going to be 4-1-4-1 of Gokulam Kerala up against 4-3-3 of Garhwal United FC. All in readiness for Poonam S to get things moving here. Still got a few seconds until we move the needle. And off we go. Gokulam going from left to right on your screens. You surely want to get off to a good start here. It's pretty much unlike Gokulam in the first 4 games. They're known to score goals left, right and centre. Early pressure from Sanfida. Gets inside the box, gets the cross in. Headed out. A good start is what these two sides would be eyeing for. No early pressure from Gokulam. Miss Linda. Trying to play out from the back are the girls in yellow. You've got Alka in the back line. Alka, Linda, Ernestina and Fragrancy. That's Akshayoni, the head coach of Garhwal United FC. Oichi. Back with Alka again. Pushes it down the line. Sanfida was allowed to turn there. Still Sanfida. Brilliant feed from the captain. Inside the box, doubling up on the numbers and trickles it off her feet. Good defending. Rutina Devi. Sanfida has had a magnificent campaign. Deepika. Reba. Still keeps the possession. Leaves it for Alka. Goes all the way back to Ernestina. Muskan brings it back. Done well to win the possession back. Sanfida. Reba again. Beg your pardon. A much more coordinated Garhwal United that we are seeing today in the early minutes of the first half. And does well to get the clearance away. Head coach of Gokulam Kerala FC. Remy. PB. Kritina again. Double up on the numbers to win the possession back. Can they try and bring it out swiftly? Gives the possession away. Here's Gokulam now. On the ascendancy. Gets the cross. Sends behind for a corner. First of the game. Bangi. Floats it in. Has to go up, but a yellow shirt gets the ball away. Shabangi lets it fly. Just over. The first real attempt on the target coming from Gokulam Kerala. That wasn't far away. Wasn't closed down. Had a lot of time and space on the ball. Could almost pick out the pass or go herself with the shot. Wants to do the latter. They've got Alka, Linda Chenu, Ernestina Night Fragrance in the back four. Sanfida, Deepika Paul and Esther to the center. Reba to the left, Ruthi to the right, and Kim Kubjin playing through the center. And that's 4-3-3 for Kari. Remy, Kritina, Baby, and Shubangi, the back four for Gokulam. Phoebe Waiti in the defensive mid position. In the front four, Babita, Muskan, Wasim, and Priyadarshini, with Sidalia in front. Trying to link up with Babita Devi there. Remy clearly outnumbered. They get the ball back. Push it down the line. Has to remain onside is the question. Sidiala. Sidalia still finds an option. Sets up. has done well to keep the ball in. And that's going to be a goal kick. Priyadarshini starting out from the left for Gokulam. Again, no pressure being exerted from the Gokulam forwards. Is able to carry the ball forward. Linda Chenu. Linda. Sideways. Heavy first touch. She still has a possession. Lets it fly. Fragrancy. First attempt on target. And Shreya Hura was put to test for the very first time this morning. Fragrancy. Phoebe goes diagonal. She used that one well and again tries to start out from the back. Long ball again from Ernestina. Not quite sure if that is a ploy that they're going to go with. Those long balls forward. Again, good defending. Linda Chenu. Raman Vijayan on your screens. 3 points would be desperately what Gokulam Kerala need. Targets the back post. Gets a hand to it. Not leaving anything to chance there. Yes, Asim. 1-on-1. Pulls it back for Remy. He's outnumbered momentarily. Here's Asim trying to cut back. But takes the reflection and goes behind for a corner. Roja with a corner. Wheaty. Couldn't quite wrap her laces behind that one. Babita. Sudalia. Moments back. Reba. Back with Alka. Linda Chenu. Recycle this. Goes back to Ernestina. It's the first line of press. Here's Garhwal. Reba switches the play perfectly. Couldn't quite get to the end of it. And Shruti was the eventual target. Did start the last game as well. Shruti Kumari from down the right. Here's Garhwal. Again, losing out on the possession. So 12 minutes into the first half. No goals yet. There have been shots kept on target on both sides of the pitch. Nothing effective to test out the keepers. Again, trying to play out from the back. A bit of change in tactics. I've tried to go long a couple of times. Didn't work out. Push back to playing out from the deep. Sanfida dropping in deep to try and help the build up. There's Linda. And again, not working out in their favor in terms of trying to bring the ball in the final third and feed it to those playing further forward. It's Gokulam now. It's a delightful ball down the left flank. Here's Priyadarshini. One-on-one with Fragrancy. Cuts it back. And couldn't quite catch it clean. Here's Esther. Reba. Remy versus Reba. One-on-one. Gets it towards Sanfida. And Fragrancy with some space in front. Finds Shruti. Shruti takes a touch. It looks like, not quite sure if the flag was up. Almost the end of the first quarter of the first half. Even Stevens between these two sides. Gokulam Kerala FC and the head coach and the management. And trying to pass out a set of instructions to his girls. The main goal scoring threat from Gokulam Kerala FC's perspective, Fazila Kapoor has been scoring in double digits, has moved out to East Bengal FC. And we can see the drought, still trying to figure out where the goals would be coming from. Nassim does well to win the possession. Here's a VT. Back to the full back with a VT. Doesn't have the closest player available. Decides to go long and find Sedalia, who's down and looks to be in some pain. Raised her hand up as soon as she went down. That's going to be the first pause in play in the first half. In case you are joining in late, this is round 5 of the IWL, the 9th edition. The game is being played at the National Centre of Excellence here in Kolkata. And Shreya Hoda, the IWL, previous IWL champion with Odisha FC. Odisha and Hops, the two teams not featuring this season, relegated to IWL 2. There's another game being played in parallel. That's at the Kalyani between Kickstart FC and Sri Bhumi. And Sri Bhumi have got themselves off the mark. 1-0 is what the scoreline reads after 17 minutes of play in the first half. Not the happiest of signs here at the National Centre of Excellence, as Sedalia has been taken out. Right, we go again with Garhwal United in possession. Fragrancy stepping up. Looks like that's going to be a forced change. Shilji Shaji is going to come on and replace Sedalia Daniel Kuta.
Sedalia replaced by jersey number 20, Shilji.
Start of the last game, Shilji Shaji had to sit out. Then in the first half finds herself in the mix of things. Here's Garhwal trying to up the ante. Leaves it for Shruti. Lofted towards the back post. Could have been better. First real threat coming in from the flanks. A decent cross would have made things a little interesting. It wasn't under any sort of pressure. It was all about picking out that player in the yellow shirt down the far post. Sanfida. Chanu gives the possession away. Straight towards Ribanshi. First defensive error coming in. Couldn't quite get the clearance. Falling straight towards Asim Roja. Shilji returns it to Remy. Has continued with the run. And again outnumbered. Has done well to keep the possession. The ball finds Shilji. Manages to keep it on target. Nothing venomous behind that shot. Babita, Asim, Shilji lets it fly. Number 1. Gokulam Kerala FC have managed to break the deadlock. It was a forced sub. Shilji Shaji coming on in place of Sedalia.
Shilji
Gets a goal inside 22nd minute. And the pressure to win the ball back. Asim laying it off nicely for Shilji, who had a lot to do, mind you. The angle, the effort on the target, and then to beat Ribanshi. And that's the first of the campaign for the number 20 of Gokulam Kerala. And that should get them going now. Remember, it's a slow start for Gokulam in the campaign. They are on the 6th position at the moment. Not anymore, surely, because that goal would definitely give them up somewhere. If it stays the way it is, they will be at the 4th position with 8 points. There's still a long way to go in the contest. Garhwal, can they try and find a route back? They've got the firepower. They've got the likes of Reba, Kim, of course, and then Sanfida. It's all about everything coming into tandem. Lost her footing a bit. Heads it backwards. Here's Remy trying to win it back. Alka. Remy does well to win the possession. Still Remy. The pass was away, but Asim does well to reclaim the possession and gets a cross in. Strong hands from Ribanshi. Gets the clearance now, but only as far as Oviti. Sheer persistence from Kim. The ball was out of the line for a throw-in. Esther giving the ball in pretty tight space. Zanfida does well to keep the possession. Minute away now is Priyadarshini. Is that cross from Asim Roja? Was quick to spot it, comes out and gets the clearance away. Trying to play out from the back with the centre back. Yes, Chanu. And again, gestures possessed far too easily. Struggling to hold the ball at the moment are Garhwal United. Babita. Still have the ball with Priyadarshini. Knocked out by Fragrancy Divan. So 26 minutes in. Gokulam Kerala leading this game by a goal to nil. Man on was a shout from the touch line. Hurried clearance. That gets it towards the other side of the pitch. Esther struggling. Shalji wins it back. There comes the overlapping run from Remy. Asim couldn't quite hold on to the ball. It's Sanfida. You can see Sanfida everywhere, helping out the back and trying to create those intricate passes to those playing forward. Asim for Shalji. Pushes it to the side, lets it roll through. Asim. Phoebe. Back with Asim, looking for options. Doesn't find one. Nicked away by Sanfida. Can they try and bring it out on the counter? Puts it into those open spaces to find Shruti Kumari, making that run down the right flank. Heads it just over. It was a very good move from Garhwal United. Shubhangi tried with a bit of interference. Deepika Pal plays it down the center to find Kim Kipjen, who lofts it over. And Shilji on the flanks, doing her defensive bit. Same. Phoebe picks out a long ball towards Priyadarshini, one-on-one with Fragrancy. Fragrancy does well to recover. She's had a couple of fantastic games. Fragrancy Rebound has been up and down on the pitch. Made some good blocks, some good interceptions. And has tried to add value from the attacking perspective as well. Has cut inside and taken shots on target. And will we see a repost from the girls in yellow? Shubhangi with an in-swinger. And that's going to be a goal kick. 29 minutes, almost half an hour has been played out here at the National Centre of Excellence. 1-0 is what the scoreline reads, with Gokulam taking the lead, courtesy Shilji Shaji. And that was at the 22nd minute mark. And nothing significant has come from Garhwal United FC. They've had a couple of shots, haven't been able to trouble Shreya Huda much. Kim, Shruti is Reba. And back with Sanfida again. Zalka who stepped inside from the full back position. Back with Shruti, who gets the cross. Who takes a decent touch. Still alive. Defending in numbers inside the box are Gokulam. As many as 6 maroon shirts inside the box. There's Esther. And again a pass behind. Going a lot sideways and behind to the back line. Hasn't seen enough forward balls coming in from Garhwal United this morning. Just played the advantage, the ref. Esther. Alka goes back to Chanu. And Chanu looks up and floats a long ball forward. Kim does well to keep the possession. Still inside the box. Here's Kim. Switches the play. Quick with a restart. Lost some space ahead. Fragrancy with a cross inside the box. Good moves coming in from Garhwal United. Trying to up the ante in their forward play. That's what the scoreline reads. I beg your pardon. Here's Shilji. Still Shilji. Gets a shot towards the back post. Not quite sure if it was a cross or she wanted to go for the goal there. Had half yard and lets it rip through. Here's Asim. More than allowed to turn. Goes back towards Phoebe. Goes further back towards Baby. Still got about a good 12 minutes and the stoppages remain in the first half. It's Linda. And the constant chirp from the touchline is about the press on the likes of Naseem, Priyadarshini, Muskan to perform that high press and disturb that build-up from the back for Garhwal United. Here's Asim, meanwhile, gentle dab down the centre. Here's Shilji, an early cross, first time. Still Priyadarshini, couldn't quite direct it goalwards. It was a decent cross in the end from Shilji Shaji. He was having a fantastic game off the bench. And that would have been a cushion goal for Gokulam. Linda under pressure from Babita. Got the recovery done. And showing her physicality there. Phoebe Awiti. Is Reba. 3v1 just by the touch line. Looks like it's going to be a Gokulam ball. Last 10 minutes into the first half, normal time. Score line still 1-0 in favour of Gokulam. It's a slender lead. Akshay Unni in the pictures. Knocked out by Reva this time. We've got a couple more games later in the afternoon. There's Remy. Shilji. There's an underlapping run coming in. Doesn't get the clearance. The ball finds a maroon shot once again. Here's Remy on the ball. Babita. Shilji. Couldn't quite catch it clean. A couple more games coming up in the afternoon. Nita Football Academy will take on the mighty East Bengal FC. And that will be some fixture. Neither at the moment enjoying a great run of form. 3 victories, 1 draw, 10 points. Yet to lose a fixture. And so are East Bengal, the defending champions under the chaperonage of Anthony Andrews, will take on Parumita Sith's side. And 3-3 has been for East Bengal so far. Sanfida got the shot away. Looks like Wheaty might have got a tickle to it. Goes out for a corner. Doesn't get enough. Does well. Was again sheer persistence coming in from the captain. Has definitely been the bright side of this Garhwal United FC side. And Kim floats it out, strikes it well, and goes just past the target. So Wheaty got to it first, and then it was Deepika who followed up. Chanu again on the ball. It's a brilliant touch from Shruti Kumari. And again, not effective with the crossing. Swapped out places now with Kim. Started the first half with the right flank. Ernestina given away rather softly. Here's Muskan. Finds a good ball. She remained onside. Shilji. And that has just missed by a whisker. Goes across the face of the goal. Had to hit the target from there on. Could have done slightly better. Would have definitely got them well in front. Takes a touch, cuts it back, takes it in the right, gets into a decent shooting position and the angle. But it has taken something on its way through. Five more minutes left in the first half, plus the stoppages. Gokulam leading this game by a goal to nil. We've got a game between Nita Football Academy and East Bengal FC. That is a 3 p.m. kickoff. And at 3 p.m. at this very ground would be Sesa, who will take on Setu FC. And Setu, as per the current standings, fifth on the table with 7 points. Setu yet to get off the mark. They've played 4, lost 4. Scored twice and conceded 19 times. And the biggest defeat coming against East Bengal FC. Ball is with Gokulam. Same. Wheaty lost her balance. Here's Sanfida trying to eat up the ground. And again, that final ball letting them down. Gives it away far too cheaply. Does well to win the possession back. It's Linda. Esther. Back with Sanfida again. Switches to the left. Shruti hustling. Managed to get herself a free kick here. It was a push from behind by Remy. Real opportunity to try and test out the back line. The angle, the distance, the position. That much something Kim Kebjin would fancy. Kebjin behind this one. That's a wasted opportunity in the end. It's Garhwal. Again gives the ball away. And Fragrancy does well to keep the possession. Here's Esther.
There will be a 3 minutes of added time.
Sanfida wasn't allowed to touch there, to turn rather. No passing option in front. Had to go back. Kim. There was an appeal for a handball there, and the referee obliges.
You decide the line, not them. Yes. Back, go back.
I'm trying to exert some pressure there. Priyadarshini. Again, the ball going on to the play for a throw in. It's been a sedate first half by every bit of imagination. Goal scored by Gokulam Kerala, but nothing created on both sides of the pitch. Priyadarshini going back towards Baby. Sanfida. It's like she won it momentarily. Couldn't quite hold on to it. Draws in a foul. Free kick to Garhwal. Long ball into the box.
Come on!
Esther. No way through again. Here's Ribanshi. Will be the last attack of the first half. Here's Sanfida finding Alka. Was looking for options forward. Shruti outnumbered. And that surely be the last action of the first half. A foul.
बाहर आ जा, हल्का बाहर आ जा। पूरा ऊपर जा, डीप जा। बस।
Linda Chenu
Hey,
would have a go.
Ashton, Ashton, go, Ashton! You go!
3 minutes have already been concluded. Linda straight towards Shreya Huda. That was the last action of the first set of 45. It's been a sedate first half, but Gokulam Kerala
Ladies and
FC
gentlemen,
find
the
themselves in
score at
front.
halftime is Gokulam Kerala FC 1, Garhwal United Football Club 0.
Shilji Shaji scoring at the 20th minute mark. Came on from the bench, rather, in place of injured Sidalia, and scored pretty swiftly. Garhwal United will have a job to do when they come back after the break. They've had 2 back-to-back defeats and definitely staring at the third one. It's a slender lead for Gokulam. They would surely want to double this up with the start of the second half and take this game far and far away from Garhwal's reach. And this is how the action unfolded at the National Centre of Excellence here in Newtown, Kolkata. Priyadarshini driving forward from the left. Again gets a start and was kept out by Linda Chenu. And Shubangi trying to test out Ribanshi early on and came pretty close. Miss Fragrancy letting her fly. Sudalia wasn't far away. Had to reach out to that one. Shruti had to get a couple of crosses. Ended up overhitting. Here's Asim Roja finding Shilji Shaji. Struck it clean, struck it well, and struck it into the back of the net. Flat-footed, couldn't quite move to save that one. Ribanshi. Asim Roja trying to set up Priyadarshini on that occasion. Deepika Pal did find Kim Kibjen at the end of it. Couldn't quite provide the touch it deserved. And this was Shilji again. Had 2 options. And again, Shilji has been among the thick of things since she has come on the pitch. Priyadarshini was a bit central to it. And had to get something behind that one. And Shilji lets one fly. And Sanfida had half a chance to try and turn things around in her favour. This was Deepika. And Shilji again. This was a very decent chance. But the ball couldn't find its destined corner. So that's the end of the first half here at the Newtown Centre in Kolkata. At the halfway mark, Gokulam Kerala with a slender lead. They lead the game by a goal to nil. Welcome back to all the viewers tuning in who stayed back with us, recently joining in. This is round 5 of the IWL action, match number 19, coming to you from the new town here in Kolkata. That's the Centre of Excellence. United Football Club. At the halfway mark, Gokulam leading this game by a goal to nil. Goal scored by number 20 on your screens to the left, Shilji Shaji. Came off the bench, taking place of Sedalia, and scored at the 20th minute mark. So that has been the decisive factor between these two sides as we took you through for the start of the second half. Still hasn't seen the best of Garhwal United in terms of their attacking prowess. Nothing tangible has come in. There's been some random odd shots taken here and there, but nothing effective, nothing to trouble Shreya Huda whatsoever. Sanfida has been the bright light so far for them in today's game as well as throughout the campaign. And off we go with a gentle roll back to the start of the second half. Gokulam going from right to left on your screens. Will we see a change in the way Garhwal has approached this fixture? Chanu takes a touch. And taking you through the lineups once again. They've got Garhwal have got Halka in the back with Chanu, Ernestina, and Fragrancy. They've gone with 4-3-3. Spabita trickles it along to find Priyadarshini, who gets the cross in towards the back post. Shilji still alive for Kerala. And Sanfida dropping him to help out the back four. Baby feeds in for Babita. Here's a same. The ball finds Shilji. Takes a touch. Was allowed to turn. Marches forward. Gets into a bit of a space. Gets the cross in. Couldn't quite keep it goalwards, Priyadarshini. That was a very good move from Gokulam. And again, losing out the ball at the wrong spot was Garhwal. Oiti. It's Babita. For a same. Goalkeeper reads it well. Gentle nudge from behind. Yes, we are waiting on the ball now. And feeds in well towards the far right and finds Priyadarshini, who takes a touch. And the fullback does well. They're not being at their fluent best are Gokulam. Losing out the ball. Here's Shilji. Finds Muskan. Gives it away. Some wayward passing from both sides. Raman Vijayan, the man on your screens, the coach of Gokulam Kerala. He's got the goal, but definitely wants a cushion goal. 3 points are very critical from their perspective. They haven't started this campaign well. Just won one game, drawn a couple, lost one. And haven't played the Gokulam Kerala way so far.
And they go. Hey, hey, 300. BB.
Behind this one. Goes airborne once again, and will use everyone. They've tried to play those long balls, but haven't found a yellow shirt receiving those in the end. More sort of a hit and hope situation for Garhwal United FC girls. Akshay only. And sparring birds coming in from the touchline. Keep believing is what he says. They'll have to keep going. The campaign has slightly derailed. This fragrancy. Going to find Sanfida. 2v1. And looks like it's going to be a free kick in favor of the captain. It was her opposite number who committed the foul. There's Reba. There's Reba. The free kick. Strikes it well. Oh, they've got the goal back. Brilliantly struck. Looks like it's Deepika Pal who's got this game back to parity. The free kick conceded. Reba behind that one. They needed something, some inspiration out of somewhere.
Goal for Garhwal United Football Club by jersey number
Gokulam
7.
unable to clear.
Deepika
Phoebe
Pal.
presents it right into the foot of Deepika. And everything was just perfect. And Shreya Hura, flat-footed, couldn't quite get anything behind that one.
Hey, up. Tina, take it. Hey, Tina, why don't you ask it? Tina. Then double up. Go double up.
Shilji held in her tracks. Now just up the ante here now. Garhwal United. The kind of motivation they needed. Here's Esther going back to Linda. Linda. Another long pass forward. Linda Chanu dodges a couple, finds Shruti at the end of it. Well defended in the end. Maybe for the clearance. Still got a lot of time left in the contest. This might just open up for both the sides because Garhwal have come out all guns blazing. And a goal just to the right time for the Yellow Girls.
Come on, girls! Chalo, team up! Come on, come on! Go. Keep on, go. Shoot here, दूसरी side.
They're away again, but Shubangi does the job. Here's Baby. Gentle touch. Squeeze the ball out of the play. Esther playing a high line at the moment. Here's Linda Chanu
Linda next time, huh?
testing out
And it goes, Billy.
Shreya Huda. You have to have absolutely special about a shot to test out Shreya from there on. Sanfida wins the ball in the center. Yes, Sanfida takes a delightful first touch, marches forward. Yes, Sanfida Nongram takes a deflection, still alive. Not anymore. That was a breathtaking move coming in from the Garhwal United FC girls.
BB.
Second change. Muskan Suba is going to come off and will be replaced by Menika Devi.
Ullavani.
Substitution for Gokulam Kerala FC, jersey number 17, Muskan, replaced by
You play right now. Hey, BB.
jersey number
Play
7,
right. Let her play left.
Menaka.
The ball finds the yellow shed once again. Shruti driving in from the left. And squaring off against each other. Shruti Kumari and Kritina. The ref does well to defuse the situation and having a word with both the players and calming things down. Long ball out. Zelka.
Team up. Team up. जल्दी आना शाबाश Come on, Esther. You're okay.
I should be absolutely delighted. Nakshayoni has managed to get this game back to equal terms. It's all about the last 33 minutes left in the contest. Same with the corner. Spilled over. Make sure he catches it and holds on to it this time. Devanshi. Fell nicely in front of, looked like it was Priyadarshini there. It's always going to be difficult to get it out of that clutter. And starting out quickly from the back. And then again, cut shot and concedes the possession. Into those open spaces for Shruti Kumari. And Phoebe Oiti, too strong and fast. Reach the ball first. Almost coming to the end of the first hour. The scoreline 1-1. Gokulam scoring in the first half, scored in the second. Deepika. Kim. There was a bit of Gokulam overload down that channel. Babita giving it a chase. Ribanshi. Linda. And the cries for press there. Shreya does well with the collection. You can almost hear from the touchline what the stress is all about. You want the back four to be pressed out, get them to dispossess those balls being played into their directions. Sanfrida couldn't quite keep it in this time. It's going to be a goal kick. So 1 hour has been ticked off here. Scoreline reads 1-1. The score at Kalyani is still 1-0 in favor of Sri Bhumi. That was a goal scored at the 12th minute mark. A change for Garhwal United. Remy has been taken off.
Substitution for Garhwal United Football Club.
Monisha Singha takes her place.
Jersey number 11, Riba, replaced by
Riba, I
jersey
beg your
number
pardon.
13, Mona.
Some fresh legs for Garhwal United. There's Mona with a cross. Powerful start. To her time in the middle by Mona. It's going to be a corner for Garhwal.
Come on, Linda.
Puts it on the net. Bounce goes begging. Confirmation of that change. Riba Karshin going out and replaced by Monisha Singha. Has already scored in the campaign. Monisha.
Wally, you stay. You stay. Esther, you take the two. Become a two in defense.
Shaji. Babita. Twisting, turning, keeping the possession. Drives it forward. Sanfida to the rescue, like so many times she's been.
On your toes. Shruti le le, man le. Bas.
Shubhangi.
On your toes, girls. Come on, Kim, help her. Tina.
Shubhangi with
13. Tina,
the
13.
corner.
Tina, 13. DP to उसका मान ले. Tina.
Managed to get it away, Garhwal.
Up.
Baby launches one in the air. Spilled over. The whistle goes up straight away.
You get ready.
Banshi.
Did you get ready? Okay, fine.
Good one, Revanche.
Looks like she's going to be. Yep, she is. Back on her feet straight away.
So many fouls, ma'am.
Was more of coming together of both of them.
Linda, open up. Linda, bahar. Little flicker. Linda, man on. Be safe.
Offside flag had gone up. So this is the 9th edition of the IWL. Gokulam Kerala still the only team to win it more than once. Let's go 3 times. Setu have won it once. East Bengal, the current champions, current and defending champions. Odisha before that. So the last 3 has been 3 different champions. Gokulam, Odisha before, and East Bengal FC.
Ma'am, let me know. Aye.
Rabanshi. It looks like it was the aftermath of
Ollie.
that challenge a couple of minutes ago. Looks to be alright.
Ollie. Play in a 2 now. You and her. DP. 10. Come on, rebound.
Hasn't been tested much today. Shreya Huda has had one opportunity that came her way. Couldn't quite do much about it. Was well struck by Deepika Pal. In case you are joining us for the very first time here at the IWL this season, it's a double round robin format. 8 teams competing, 14 matches in total per side. 7 will be played in the first phase, that is from the 20th of December until the 9th of January. And the second phase would be played between April and May, starting on the 20th of April until the 10th of May. Change for Gokulam. Number 12, Meera Devi is going to come on. Stipika. And Shubhangi
Ollie, double up, Ollie.
finds Shilji. And Baby, long as that one. Shubhangi is still giving it a chase. And seen off by Rubanshi the end. So Rohini has been withdrawn and she's replaced by Meera Devi.
Outside only. On a turn. Girls, be safe. Rebound. If you want to pass to Linda, call her close.
Hey.
Shilji gets dispossessed. Here's Kim. Was held back by Baby. There's been a few starts and stops. Sides haven't seen them at their fluent best so far. There have been odd occasions where the ball has been hurled into the final third. Barring that, nothing significant has come in terms of the attacking play. Looks like Kim Kipjins day has come to
Substitution
an
for
end.
Garhwal
Will be
United
replaced by
Football Club, jersey number 20.
Yaraplang Nongram.
Kipjen, replaced by jersey number 9. Ira Plug. Earlier substitution Gokulam Kerala, jersey number 23 Remy, replaced by jersey number 12 Mira.
Like for like replacement for Garhwal.
Forget the objective. Line only.
Yaraplang Nongram. Like she's going to play down the right or through the center as Mona has taken the right flank. Sanfida. Phoebe defends it. Still Sanfida. Pushes it wide towards Mona. Had a lot more weight behind that one. Still got 20 minutes left in the normal time. Trying to create that overload down the right channel. Gokulam come out with the ball. Get away by Ernestina.
सब्स्टिट्यूट कर देना
Mr. Banshi again, who has hit the ground. And the physio has been called out once again to have a look. And gives the time for a bit of a breather for both the sides to grab a quick drinks break. And re-strategizing, reanalyzing the situation in the last 20 minutes. Akshay, Unni and the girls. I don't think she is in a position to continue. Urbanshi. Might be either of Priyanka or Monica Devi. Taking her place in between the sticks.
इनका हुआ है ये लास्ट है ये लास्ट है
Still waiting on Urbanshi's recovery. Doesn't seem to be moving well. And that presents an opportunity for Monica Devi to step up and take her place in between the sticks. For Garhwal.
ये लास्ट सब्स्टिट्यूशन है लास्ट just now who's coming out
And she's been spoken to by the physio. I'm pretty sure she wanted to continue, but I don't think the situation was allowing her to. Still a long wait here for the substitution. Signaled by Saint Hang Masuba.
बेटा चलो 66 18
And the wait continues. Now, finally, we have the numbers up. It's Monica Devi in for Ribanshi, and Joyce Larby is going to come
Substitution
on in
for
place of
Garhwal United
Esther.
Football Club,
Joyce Larby did have a
jersey
couple
number
of glorious
49,
opportunities the last time she was there in the mix.
Rivansi,
Started
replaced
the
by
last
jersey number
fixture.
1,
That was against Nita
Monica.
Football Academy. It was a header opportunity that was presented by Shruti Kumari from down the right. It was pretty central to it, couldn't quite trouble the goalkeeper. And she has got the last 15 minutes. Here's Shilji, meanwhile, who's managed to get the cross towards the back post.
Another substitution of Garhwal United Football Club, jersey number 66, Esther, replaced by jersey number 8, Larbi.
Confirmation of that change. Joyce Larby in the middle. Looks like she's going to take that central position in front. And there's some pace about her. We'll have to try and get her on the ball. Here's Sanfida trying to link up with Mona. Back with Sanfida again, who looks up and switches the play towards the left. Shruti trying her best to get to the end of it. Still in possession, played back towards Shruti. Over the back line, Shruti couldn't quite get to the end of it. There's Ernestina trying to get it towards Mona. Playing a high line, out of Garhwal now. Shilji is away here. Still Shilji strikes it well. It's a very good save.
Officials, be seated. One at a time. Come on, officials.
Shilji with a very good attempt on the near post. There's Gokulam once again. Managed to clear their lines, but only just. Shilji is still looking for it. It's Fragrancy. Joyce. Bangi with a header. Joyce wins it back. Goes down on the ground, was outnumbered in the center of the pitch. Got the free kick. So all the forwards that were sitting out on the bench for Garhwal United are out in the middle now. Joyce Larby, Yoraplang Nongrum and Monisha Singha. Fresh legs. Actually, Unni would be fancying them to do the job for him. Takes a touch, still Garhwal. Trying to push numbers forward now. We've got the cross in early. Straight towards Shreya. Had Nongram in front. And there was Mona who was making that move towards the back post.
That's it. No problem, man. No problem. Shruti, milega.
We've got 11 minutes left in the normal time. Can they try and conjure something out of this fixture? Both these sides desperate for a win. It's a good ball to find Shriti down the left. One-on-one with Phoebe Wheaty. That's going to be a corner for Garhwal. Floats it inside. Strikes it well. Couldn't quite find the direction. Is that going to be a corner again? Looks like it is. Doesn't get the clearance, baby. Decent effort. It got a maroon shed on its way through. Floats it better this time. He takes the yellow shinies on his way through and will go behind for a goal kick. They might have just upped the ante in the last few minutes with the fresh legs. Garhwal United trying to create more and more chances. Gokulam still trying to find a way through. Bad coordination and might have just saved the day. And the fragrancy decides to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Was under pressure from Shilji. Mona ensures that was put behind. Naseem Roja scored the winner in the last game for Gokulam Kerala behind this corner. Wasted opportunity from their perspective. Still got 8 minutes left. Was offside position there, Shruti Kumari. There's a game ongoing in parallel at the Kalyani Stadium. 80 minutes have been played out in that fixture. It's 1-1. Kickstart FC have managed to get a goal back. An easy collection in the end for Mona. So what that means to the points table at the moment is Garhwal stay at 5th, Gokulam stay at 6th. Just the way we started this game. Takes it, wasn't allowed to turn. Moves back.
Let Linda to man le. Linda 30. Tina man behind. Keep your body open. Polly, be ready for crosses.
A gentle nudge in the back and finds a cross in. Monica Devi latches onto it.
To the left, to the left. One under ja. Bas. Monica.
And Shubangi. Shilji was outnumbered. Here's Joyce, who had dropped in deep. Deepika, some space in front. Set up for us, same. Still Gokulam. A few shots blocked. We've got bodies in front. Floats it towards the left. Takes a decent touch. Shilji gets it inside. Leaves it for Hasim Roja, who almost got there in the end.
डीपी यार आपको फाइन कर सकती है
Centimeters away.
मैम क्लियरेंस बी सेफ
And strikes it first time. Was beaten all ends up, Monica Devi, on that occasion.
दैट्स इट इजी गर्ल्स रिलैक्स वरना फ्लिक कर वाली तू ही जा,
Monica
तू ही जा
finds Shilji once again.
लाइन 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 यार
Good
अभी
track
से
back from Joyce Larbi. We've seen more of the ball in the defensive third. Here's Mona. Loses out. It's far too cheaply to Shubhangi Devi. Shubhangi Singh, I beg your pardon. Back with Shubhangi. Marching forward. Shilji is away here. He's got space in front. Shilji takes it back on the left. Was forced out of the box. Here's Shubhangi Singh making that forward run and was well defended from
मैम बी ब्रेक
Mona Singha.
लिंडा लिंडा अपना मैन ले हो गया गो मोना
Shubhangi.
क्लियर शूटिंग क्लियर
Header was kept out.
मोनिका
Lofted in the air towards
बॉडी ओपन मैम बॉडी ओपन बॉल इनसाइड
Babita.
बॉल इज जस्ट स्टे देयर ओके आई नीड यू देयर
Again, eventuating to nothing from down the right flank. Linda Chenu has stayed down on the ground in the aftermath of that challenge. Still got 3 minutes and a bit to be played out in the normal time. And the way the game has panned out, Garhwal United FC would be happy to take that point if it stays the way it is. Remember, they are coming on the back of 2 straight defeats. And the news from the Kalyani is Kickstart have come from behind to take the lead. The goal was scored at the 80th minute, and they have scored again in the 85th.
बॉल रुक जाइए कुछ देर
And that means it would be their first victory if it stands that way. Kickstart FC.
लाइन पे हल्का लाइन दूसरी लाइन जॉइस लाइन एंड फाइंड योर अप
Kickstart and Sesa with 4 straight defeats
फॉर सेकंड बॉल थ्रो
in the relegation zone.
डीपी डीपी होल्ड मोना इज गॉन
मैन देखो स्ट्रिक्ट मैन देखो
And trying to bring it out on the counter. And again,
ऑफसाइड मैम बॉल रुक के खेल तू रुक के खेल क्लियर मैम मैम क्लियर लाइन 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 कृति चल
here's Garhwal now. Through Shruti, who gets the cross. It's going away from Munakshi Singha.
लाइन देखे
It's Menika. wins the ball back effortlessly. Here's Shreya. Sweeps it out towards the right. It ends up getting it out of the play area. Into the last 70 seconds. It's going to be the third draw in the 5 games for Gokulam. They managed to get there. Not the kind of result you would associate with a team who's been the champions on 3 occasions, but definitely one of their slowest of starts to the campaign. Under pressure, Monica couldn't quite get the clearance. It takes a touch, lets it fly goalwards, and puts it wide. 7 minutes. It's going to be long 7 minutes.
There will be a 7 minutes of added time.
Guys, you also hold, okay? Just make a 3 in front of them. 2, 1, 3. Hold. Help defensively, Joyce. Help defensively.
ऊपर खेलना बबीता फट गोल गोल मिलेगा
Still feeling that right calf, Monica Devi. And just to remind the viewers, Vivanshi Jammu was replaced, was out due to an injury. Monica came in to fill in between the sticks. And doesn't seem to be moving that well, but looks like she's going to be back on her feet pretty swiftly. Will be 5 more minutes to go after this. Might end up seeing a bit of an extension to the added on time. 1-1 is what the scoreline reads at the moment. Remember, you've got 2 more games coming up in the afternoon. Nita Football Academy will be up against Anthony Andrews' East Bengal Football Club. Manika takes a touch. Wangi lets it fly. Almost scruffed off. Here's Tilji. Outnumbered in front of the box. Joyce Labi with the defensive touch to it. And Fragrancy gets it out. But only just. Here's Mega once again. Space in front. Shoots. And goes just wide of the target. It will be a goal kick. Deepika couldn't quite win the ball, and that presented an opportunity for Menika. We've got 2 more games in the afternoon. Nita Football Academy up against East Bengal FC. A win for East Bengal will take the defending champions to the top of the table. And Setu will be in action against the struggling Sesa. Sesa yet to win a game. It's their first campaign. And they are tasting the top flight football. Across from Mona and
Most
couldn't quite
valuable
give the
player
direction to it.
of the match, jersey number 7 of Garhwal United Football Club, Pal.
Right there, you heard it from the ground announcer, Deepika Pal, judged most valuable player of the game.
बॉल को देखो
And scored the goal to get them back into the contest.
चल 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 go
And quick with the throw in. And still got 2 minutes and a few seconds left. Do they see light at the end of the tunnel? Gokulam Kerala.
Tira body open. घूमने मत दे बस.
They're trying to flick it back towards Priyadarshini there. Was held back, wasn't allowed to turn. And Garhwal would want to make sure they manage this game out well.
Team up.
Take this point against a decent Gokulam side. There's Nongram for Shruti. A heavy first touch, but she still has it under control. Phoebe Owiti giving it a chase.
Shruti आजा, Shruti खड़ी हो. Shruti खड़ी हो.
Into the last few minutes, or rather few seconds.
ए बॉल देखो बॉल को हेड के ए प्रिया बॉल पर हेडिंग के पो
दीपिक मोना सेकंड बॉल के ले जा. मोना सेकंड बॉल मोना. चल यार आओ चलिए. आ.
Here's Garhwal. He controls it beautifully. He couldn't quite keep it goalwards. Sanfida bypassing the first line and goes airborne. Monica gets the clearance away. With Shubhangi Singh. It might just be the last action of the game. Here's Sanfida. Again, trying to get Shruti on the ball. An easy collection in the end for Shreya Huda. And that's the end of the game, says Poonam. Pooja S. Beg your pardon. Laurel share in the end. Gokulam Kerala scored the opening goal at the 20th minute mark, coming in from Shilja Shaji. And in the second half, Deepika
FC 1, Garhwal United Football Club 1. Let's give both
scoring
teams
and
a
getting this game back to
round of
parity.
applause
So 1-1
for an
is where
absolutely
the game
thrilling
ends.
of football
Points
today.
shared.
Both teams showed incredible skill, heart, and determination.
So for the moment, Garhwal plays up on the fourth spot with 7 points from the 5 games they've played. 2 wins, 1 draw, and 2 defeats. It's nice from their perspective to break that monotony. It's been 2 back-to-back defeats for them. And Gokulam is their 3rd draw from 5 they've played. 6 points from 5 games, something they are not used to.
Any card? Any card? सेम एक बार करके आ जाना प्लीज. Usha, phone.
If you have missed out on the action, this is how it unfolded. Match number 19 from the new town here in Kolkata, the National Center of Excellence, Gokulam Kerala versus Garhwal United FC. Both teams desperate for a win. Esther with a cross, and that was cut out. Priyadarshini had a run down the left flank early on. Good defending from Linda Chinu, who was into the mix for most parts of the match. Shubhangi Singh trying to test out Ribanshi early on, and then as well Fragrancy. And Sidalia had a decent effort towards Ribanshi's goal. Deepika letting one off for Shruti, who overhits it towards the left flank. And this was the moment that gave Gokulam the lead in the first half. A nicely weighted ball from Asim Roja that found Shilja and strikes it first time towards the target and ends up scoring one. Asim Roja Deepika with an effort, and that was lobbed over the crossbar by Kim Kipjin. And from the corner, try to set one up. Shilja was into the action for most parts of the time she was in the middle. That was missed out by Babita, and then Priyadarshini just snaps it over the crossbar. Shilja takes a turn and decides to shoot. Goes wide. And controls it. Same Sanfida, beg your pardon, and was wide of the target. And Shilja again. This was probably the moment where they could have gone in front. And couldn't quite strike it clean. Might have taken something on his way through, but that was the end of the first half. Gokulam taking that lead as we went into the break. And after the break, Deepika Pal got us going. Shilja again and driving forward, looking up for those options down the far post. Priyadarshini couldn't quite get it goalwards from the corner. Couldn't quite get the clearance. It was a well-presented opportunity for Deepika Pal. Couldn't quite clear properly by Phoebe Oweti into the top corner. Deepika brings the game back on level terms. Sanfida again testing out Shreya. A couple of opportunities and two decent saves in the end. They didn't manage to get it out of that clutter and hold on to it well in the end. Shilja with the cross going for the near post. Might have got something, but that hit the crossbar and went out. And that took a deflection and went out for a corner. And decides to make a room, and Asim Menika in the last few minutes lets one fly and goes wide of the target. So that was the final action. The game ends in a draw. Third draw for Gokulam and second, or rather first, for Garhwal United FC. There's a full-time scoreline here in Kolkata. Gokulam Kerala FC 1, Garhwal United FC 1. So that's been my time here in the commentary box. This is Junaid Ahmed signing off.